Some things exist beyond what we're allowed to see. Unbelievable creatures, dark cults, and hidden gatherings all captured on camera. And once you see them, you'll understand exactly why they were hidden. In 2023, a strange clip from a small town in South Africa began spreading online. At first, it looked like an ordinary gathering. A woman sat calmly on the ground while locals stood around her smiling. But when the camera moved closer, something didn't feel right. Her body looked human, yet her feet resembled those of a goat. A thin tail could also be seen behind her. Then there was this man who slowly circled her, doing some strange movements, as if performing an old ritual. The woman didn't react or resist. She simply sat there, silent and still. What unsettled viewers the most was the crowd. No one looked surprised. In that town, it seemed like they had seen this before. Masked truth. It began like any ordinary live stream. This young woman stared calmly into the camera, her expression steady and almost robotic. For a few seconds, nothing unusual happened. But then, this unexpected moment came. She lifted her hands and slowly pulled at her own face. The skin stretched like rubber before sliding away, revealing another form underneath. Suddenly, the familiar human features were gone. In their place appeared a narrow gray face with large, dark eyes that didn't look human at all. Her fans believed it was impressive special effects. But honestly, it looked more than that. A real extraterrestrial revelation. Either way, that moment changed how many people see live streams forever. Forest ritual. A few days ago, a camping group exploring the forests of British Columbia recorded something that left viewers unsettled. The video showed a woman standing in the center of a circle, while others around her clapped and cheered. It looked like some kind of satanic ritual taking place deep in the woods. Then something appeared behind her. A mysterious figure that had a human-like body, but an eerie, goat-shaped face with large, curved horns. It moved strangely, almost like dancing with the rhythm of the group. Moments later, it wrapped its arms around the woman from behind. She looked confused and uneasy, but the people around her continued smiling, as if this moment was planned from the beginning. What do you guys think about it? Comment below. Winged anomaly. A strange rescue operation recorded in Spain left viewers confused and curious. The footage showed two rescue team members guiding something unusual toward a vehicle. It looked partly human, but clearly different. The body had unusual fingers and large feathered wings spreading from its back. Its nose resembled a bird's beak, yet long white hair flowed from its head. The team carefully held its arms as they moved it forward, treating it like a rare discovery rather than an ordinary person. Reports later suggested the figure was handed over to government researchers. They could not confirm what it truly was, but it might be a strange hybrid, possibly created somewhere hidden from the public. Bat transformation. 2 months ago in Michoacan, Mexico, a short video began circulating that left many people uneasy. The clip showed two men holding a very thin individual who looked weak and confused, but the strange part was not his condition. Where his hands should have been, large bat-like wings stretched outward from his arms. The wings looked fully formed, dark and wide, almost touching the ground. The video lasted only a few seconds, yet it was enough to spread quickly across the internet. Locals claimed it was someone transforming into a witch, but the duration of the video left room for doubt about clever editing. Goat Girl. A TikTok account user named HumanLabX recently shared a video that confused viewers around the world. The clip showed an Indian family standing around a young girl who appeared frightened and crying. At first, she looked normal, but when the camera moved down, something seemed impossible. Her upper body looked human, yet her lower body resembled that of a goat. The family appeared worried, unsure of what was happening to her. The girl herself looked just as confused. Online viewers quickly shared theories. Some suggested a shapeshifter caught mid-change. Others believed it might be an edited clip made for views, but the mystery continues to circulate online. Unusual prisoner. A quiet street in Colombia suddenly turned chaotic when police officers brought out a mysterious suspect. Crowds gathered quickly, trying to see what had been captured. The figure inside the cage looked partly human, but clearly unusual. Its skin appeared aged, long white hair on its head, and the nose stretched forward into a long, beak-like shape unlike any human feature. Police asked nearby locals if anyone recognized the figure, but people remained silent. No one claimed to know where it came from. The strange being stayed calm the entire time, standing quietly inside the cage, almost as if it was watching the crowd instead of fearing them. Chernobyl bat. On the 28th of January 2026, a man went to Chernobyl, Ukraine, to see the city. But he didn't know what he was about to explore. As he entered one of the towns, he found a functioning laboratory and went inside. What he found inside shook him to the core. In one of the glass rooms, he found an eerie, bat-like creature screaming loudly. It moved desperately into the room, hitting the glass shield as if it was trying to come out. The video ended abruptly, as if the man was caught by the authorities for recording the creature. Since then, no one has heard from him again. Eerie creature. We really don't know what kind of projects the government is involved in nowadays. In Nevada, a man went into a secret government facility for research purposes, but what he found there stunned him. As he entered the Black Ridge facility, he found a massive brown-colored creature locked inside a room. With no visible eyes, rough and furry skin, and strange paws, it was a being never seen before. The man left the facility soon, realizing that the government might be running some highly classified mutant laboratory in the area, far from everyone's eyes. Garuda. Traffic stopped when people saw a strange being standing on one of the buildings, somewhere in southern India. As onlookers looked at the building, they encountered a humanoid figure with huge wings flying from one building to another. The people were stunned by what they had just seen. Many people in the crowd compared it with the divine bird-like figure Garuda in Indian mythology, representing courage and strength. Whatever it was, it vanished as soon as it appeared in front of everyone. Horned figure. In the Pisgah National Forest, a man's hiking adventure turned into a nightmare when he saw an unusual creature roaming in the forest. After watching it, the hiker hid into the woods, afraid of not being caught.
Take on. Don't look up here. Please don't look up here.
The beast was bipedal and had huge horns on its head and was continuously looking here and there as if it was looking for the man. Luckily, the beast didn't catch him and he escaped the forest safely. However, the chilling memory stays with him till this day, and he thinks what would have happened if he couldn't escape. Real grip hook. Remember the grip hook goblin from the Harry Potter series? Well, he might be real. In 2025, some villagers in Portugal caught a strange, small, yet a demon-looking creature. Nearly 3 feet in height, the pale figure was standing inside a cage with a devil's smile. It held the cage firmly and followed the camera carefully, as if it was aware of being recorded. After the video was posted online, viewers were divided, with some believing it was real and others claiming it was an elaborate hoax. The Goat Man. The Appalachian Mountains are said to be famous for being the home of strange creatures, and this video just proved it right. In 2004, just as a group of friends was exploring the White Mountain National Forest, they encountered something unsettling. While walking in the woods, they saw a black-colored humanoid staring them right in the eyes. The figure looked exactly like a goat, with horns and black fur, but was standing on 2 legs. While they were figuring out what they were watching, the creature charged at them instantly. Suddenly, the group took to its heels, never to look back. Unusual neck. This video will really shock you. An explorer went into the Banrak Thai village and found something really disturbing there. In the village, amidst the greenery, small huts, and plain land, he found an unseen figure there. It had an enormously large neck, huge ears, and a humanoid body. What really has unsettled the viewers is that it was talking casually with the explorer, like it wasn't strange at all.
จริงครับเราหูใหญ่แบบนี้ได้ยินชัดมั้ยครับลุงชัดที่แม่แต่เสียงยุงก็บอกได้โหจริงเด้ขอบคุณลุงมากที่
The onlookers also watched the chit-chat as if it was a routine sighting for them. Unknown figures. One evening in the province of Alberta, a driver noticed something unusual while passing an empty field. The place is normally quiet and deserted, but that day it showed dozens of people walking in a long line. Every person wore white. They moved slowly and silently across the field, perfectly ordered, almost like they were following unseen instructions. There was no music, no voices, no event banners anywhere nearby. Locals later shared different ideas. Some said it might be a spiritual ceremony, others believed it could be a secret gathering. A few even mentioned rumors about hidden research facilities in the area, but to this day, no one has explained who those people were. Night Guardian. Every year on January 10, a powerful ceremony takes place in Benin during the famous Fête du Vaudou, but this year it was captured on camera. During the celebration, an unusual figure appeared known as the Zang Beto. The towering form was completely covered in brown and golden raffia, moving in circles as drums started beating. The figure spun rapidly, faster than most people expect, creating the feeling that something ancient was guiding the movement. According to local belief, no human stands inside the structure. Instead, powerful spirits are said to control it. For generations, people believe these night guardians watched over villages, protecting them from unseen dangers long after the drums stopped playing. Midnight Visitor. Having a dog is a true blessing, and this video proved why. Late one night, a home security camera recorded something unsettling outside a gated house. A tall figure dressed in white approached the entrance quietly. Its hands looked unusual, with very long fingers reaching toward the gate as if trying to open it. But the house had two guard dogs. The moment they noticed the figure, they rushed forward, barking loudly and refusing to step back. The strange visitor stood there for a moment, almost reacting with the same intensity, yet it never managed to cross the gate. After a few tense minutes, the figure turned around and walked away into the darkness. That night, the dogs may have stopped a monster. Mysterious sighting. In a rural village somewhere in Africa, a strange moment caught on phones quickly spread across social media. At first, the man sitting in the middle of the crowd looked completely normal. Villagers surrounded him, recording and talking loudly. But when the camera pointed down, the reason for the crowd became clear. His legs ended in hooves, similar to a goat. Instead of fear, many locals treated the moment as something special. Some even touched his unusual feet with respect, as if witnessing something divine. The man himself seemed calm and relaxed, almost smiling through the attention. Later, people online compared him to the half-human creatures from Seder. Haunting woman. Late at night, on the 11th of October 2019, a family drove along Old Mill Road near the forests of West Virginia when their headlights revealed something unsettling. A woman dressed in white suddenly appeared in front of the car. Her head leaned strangely to one side, while long hair covered parts of her face. Instead of stepping aside, she began running beside the vehicle. The family started recording as she kept pace with the moving car. Strangely, her feet never seemed to touch the road. When the driver accelerated, the woman smiled. The video ended suddenly as the camera dropped. The next morning, the empty car was found near the same road, but the family was never seen again. Hidden hooves. A security camera inside an airport in Saudi Arabia captured this unusual sight in the waiting area. A man wearing a long robe stood quietly, looking around like any other traveler. Everything seemed normal. Then a sudden gust of wind lifted the edge of his robe. For a brief moment, the camera revealed his feet. They looked very different from normal human feet, shaped more like hooves. The man quickly adjusted his clothing, covering them again, as if nothing happened. When a security guard noticed the footage and rushed to the area, the traveler had already disappeared into the crowd. He was never seen again in the terminal cameras. Roadside entity. This driver, cruising along a highway in California, decided to record his peaceful drive. For several minutes, nothing unusual appeared on camera. Then he turned the phone toward his side window. Running along the roadside was a strange humanoid figure, keeping the same speed as the car. The being had 2 horns on its head and a long tail trailing behind it. It carried something in its hands while running straight ahead without looking toward the vehicle. The video quality made the figure difficult to see clearly, but its shape reminded many viewers of something often mentioned in old werewolf stories. Church demon. During a church ceremony in California, a woman caught something dark on camera. As the choir was singing for the Lord, an ominous and unusual figure stood in the crowd. It had pale skin and a still posture. What scared her was its eyes. They were dark and empty, as if the figure was soulless. It was standing there, observing everyone quietly. The sightings left her stunned and questioning. How can a person like this stand in a sacred place like a church? Shadow figure. A few weeks ago, just as some friends were hanging on the beach in the UK, they stumbled upon something which stunned them. As they were walking down towards some bushes, they saw a strange black figure coming out from behind them. It had a strange dark aura around it and made the group flee the site immediately. What really frightened them was that it didn't have a human-like face or expressions, but it walked exactly like one. For days, they kept on thinking about what they had encountered on the beach. Sea anomaly. In Australia, people standing on the docks were amazed when they watched a strange anomaly jumping out of the water and then going back in. It had a white-colored body with black spots on it, followed by a long tail. It crawled eerily on the wooden docks, like it was struggling to figure out its changed surroundings. The next moment, it went back into the water, and people heard a loud thump from underneath. Soon, the people reported the sightings to the local authorities, who conducted a thorough search in the ocean, but found nothing. Midnight dwarf. You are not going out alone at night after watching this. CCTV footage from China showed a girl walking late on a lonely road, but something really disturbing was walking behind her. At first, just a shadow appeared to be walking behind, but as she reached near the camera, an unnaturally small figure with an elongated and blurred face ran towards the other side of the road. The deliberate movement and changing directions showed whether he was really aware of being caught in the camera. However, because of being grainy, it was really hard to explain in more detail. Colorado reptilian. River sightings are meant to be peaceful and surreal, but this video shows otherwise. A few days ago, a couple was exploring the Colorado River. Everything was normal until they saw something strange by the shore. A huge black reptilian was standing there with a long tail and strange paws, walking slowly.
There's something by the shore.
Look at its tail.
The man took out his phone and started recording it. Suddenly, the creature started running towards the river and vanished completely, leaving behind ripples and nothing else. The couple reported the disturbing sighting to the authorities, but even after looking for 2 days, they found nothing there. Even after leaving the forest, the couple replayed the moment in their heads, wondering what on earth they had seen in the forest. Dark humanoid. No one knows what's really hiding in the woods. In January 2026, while 2 kids were playing in their backyard, their father called them in. Just as the kids got up, the boy sensed something unusual standing amongst the dense green trees. A dark, humanoid creature was standing there, observing them quietly. When the boy pointed towards it, it jumped and vanished completely in the jungle. Maybe it was a juvenile wendigo, which is famous for haunting and disturbing children. Secret ritual. In 2021, a short leaked video surfaced online, allegedly from an unknown location. It showed some people wearing red robes and white hoods, walking with candles in their hands. They walked in a straight line, as if following some unseen force. They entered a room and bowed down in front of a dark, mysterious figure that seemed to be the leader. The entire activity looked deliberate, like they were members of a secret cult. The video ended abruptly, and no one could figure out who that entity was and what they were doing there. Sumbawanga Witchcraft. 8 years ago, a clip from Sumbawanga, Tanzania went viral, which left many people surprised and uneased many more. It showed a tribal community playing music, clapping, and dancing cheerfully. However, what unsettled many viewers was the hovering of a woman-like being in the air. As musicians played the tools, the being moved like it was dancing, as if it was following a rhythm. Many people called it witchcraft, as the Sumbawanga region is famously known as Land of the Witches, and sightings like these are normal there. Drone shot. Soaring high above the ground, drones can capture things which normal people cannot. Some interns were doing a research project in South Carolina when their drone caught some unusual activity going on the ground. It recorded 3 men going in rounds around a mysterious-looking object. They made eerie yet cheerful gestures like they were celebrating something. When the drone moved closer, the men ran away like it had caught them red-handedly doing something wrong in daylight. It followed them for a while, but they disappeared into the dense woods, never to be seen again. But the question lingers around. What exactly were they doing there? Strange ritual. In June 2023, a drone captured an unexpected sight. What was meant to be a fun venture turned into a mysterious encounter when the drone flew above the Andalusian plains in Spain. The footage showed a group of men in complete white robes standing there with 2 smaller figures who looked like children. It seemed like some dark ritual was going on in that isolated land, as no one else was there around them. The video gained massive traction, and commenters said these sightings were normal in solitary planes in the area. Abandoned church ritual. A man thought exploring an old, abandoned church at night would be just an adventure, but it quickly became unsettling. As he stood on the roof of the church, he saw something strange in the courtyard. A giant star symbol was burning, and people in black robes stood beside it. It looked like a secret ritual was going on there. As he watched closely, he saw certain figures making rounds in the air. They were moving in a steady motion, following each other, as if guided by Satan directly. Terrified, he fled the church. As the video circulated online, many people said that it was another secret society performing black magic on someone. Chicken Man. This video may show something that wasn't meant to be seen. After hearing about a strange man in Iran, an explorer went there to see him. In an abandoned town, the man lived in an old house. As the explorer reached there, he saw him standing outside his home. His upper body seemed normal, but the legs were chicken legs. The sighting shocked him, and he asked locals about him. Some said black magic had turned him into this creature, while others said he was part of a secret government facility where they conducted experiments on animals, until one day, a mutation went wrong and he turned into this. Ascending woman. In 1999, a man went into the coastal plain of North Carolina, away from the metropolis, but he didn't know what was waiting ahead. As he was walking in the empty plains, he saw a group of people from afar. Thinking they might be playing a sport, he moved towards them. But what he saw remained with him forever. They were wearing white robes and holding candles in daylight. Suddenly, the woman standing between them started ascending towards the sky with a loud scream. The man left the area immediately, thinking that staying longer won't be safe for him anymore. Jinn encounter. One night in Iran, some men went into a cave for excavatory purposes, but the discovery unsettled them all. Everything was going routinely when one of their partners started acting weirdly. His eyes went blank and he sat still, as if stuck in time. The man sitting in the center also started behaving abnormally and pointed towards the opening of the cave. A dark figure sat there, watching them all carefully. The encounter disturbed everyone, and they all started reciting holy verses, but nothing seemed to work. Later, it was revealed that it was a jinn sitting with them. Ritual gone wrong. We don't know who recorded this video in Brazil, but it is truly horrific. The footage showed some men gathered in a room, performing a ritual around some candles, and a man lying between them. Suddenly, a loud thud rang throughout the room, and the man disappeared from the table, as if he had left the room. What happened next shocked everyone there. The drawers started to open and close forcefully. The men stood in awe, as if the ritual had gone wrong, and one of them started chanting some words repeatedly, trying to control the mysterious activity. The video still remains a mystery, as no one can explain how things went out of their hands. Satanic ritual. A video recorded at an unknown location in 2024 gained widespread attention online. A man was going home late at night after work when he saw smoke emanating from a site nearby. Sensing it to be fire, he went there to have a look, but what he saw wasn't less than a nightmare. In a courtyard, a huge circle with a star was burning. Afraid of getting caught, he hid himself behind a barrier and recorded the whole thing. People in black and red robes were moving towards the circle as if trying to summon someone through it. It was a satanic ritual being carried out at midnight. The video ended abruptly, and no one knows what happened next, but since the video was uploaded, we can hope that he is right. Jungle ritual. In Sonoma Coast, California, a camper experienced a first-hand encounter with one of the area's unusual occurrences. Awakened by some strange sounds, he walked out of his tent to have a look outside. Just as he walked further, he saw a group of people with white robes and covered faces making a circle. It looked like they were performing a ritual. They were making eerie gestures surrounding a dark circle, making the sighting more mysterious. The camper remained still, careful not to make a sound that might draw attention. He moved away after the ritual ended, but the memory remained alive in his mind. Dark ritual. In March 2025, an explorer went into an abandoned house out of curiosity. When he entered the house, the air felt heavy for a few moments. As he walked further, he heard some mysterious voices coming from a room, like a group was chanting something together. When he opened the door, he was stunned. People in black robes and red hoods were carrying out a dark ritual there. The room was marked with symbols of upside-down crosses with candles and a small coffin placed in the center. The sight was enough to scare him, and he left the house immediately. As he looked back, he saw some figures following him, and it felt like he had disturbed something really important. Black magic. Somewhere in Iran, a man posted a video that shocked everyone on the internet in 2024. He was going in his car somewhere when he saw a woman doing some strange activities on the roadside. He parked his car and went there to see her. What he watched there left him speechless. The woman was doing something with human hair which seemed to be an act of black magic. Upon being stopped by him, the woman shouted at him and asked him to go back to his car. He wiped off whatever she was doing with those hair. But when he got home, he started encountering dark shadows lurking in his house and air around him becoming heavy. Then, after a few days, his neighbors reported that he passed away in mysterious circumstances. Open discussion. Today's open discussion is about this 2024 clip. A tourist exploring the coastline of Israel was casually recording the peaceful beach view. The waves were calm, and nothing unusual seemed to be happening. Then something massive suddenly dropped from above into the water. A second later, the creature rose from the surface. The man was shocked to see that it was a real dragon. It had a massive body and enormous bat-like wings stretching outward. Before the tourist could record more, the dragon released a burst of fire into the water, creating a mass of smoke over the waves. Moments later, it lifted into the sky and disappeared. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.